Skipping a park day is a waste of money, but wasting the rest of your trip is worse. The smartest day of your trip might be the one you skip. Just to show you I really mean it, I'm filming live today from Port Orleans Riverside, and I'm skipping a park day completely. Section 1, when you want your brain to break. Every trip starts the same way. You land in Orlando, drop your bags, and swear this is the year you'll do it all. Rope drop, fireworks, repeat. And then somewhere around day 3, something breaks. It's not your shoes, it's not your schedule, it's you. You wake up groggy, half resenting the sound of the alarm. You walk through a park that looks exactly like it did 2 days ago, but it feels duller somehow. The music's still playing, the smells are still perfect, but your brain, it stopped registering any of it. That's not attitude, that's overload. Every minute of a Disney day, every song, every color, every crowd surge is hitting your brain like caffeine you can't turn off. You're processing thousands of micro-stimuli a second. Heat, motion, light, sound, anticipation. Your brain's reward system, the same one that lights up when you ride Flight of Passage, just starts to shut down to survive. And once that happens, you don't feel anything. The fireworks that normally amaze you feel like static. The castle looks beautiful, but you're numb to it. That's the crash nobody warns you about. You didn't lose the magic, your brain ran out of bandwidth. Here's the truth. A rest day isn't laziness. It's a neurological reset. It's the only move that gets your reward centers back online. Think of it like sleep for your vacation. You wouldn't pull 4 all-nighters before an exam and expect to think clearly, so why would you treat a $5,000 vacation like one? You're not just running yourself down, you're running down the people you came with. Every park day you push past the limit costs you more than just money, it costs you your temper. That day you snapped at your partner or watched your kid melt down, that wasn't a bad vacation, that was a predictable consequence of exhaustion. A rest day isn't just for your brain. It's for the conversation you don't have at 9 p.m. over a mediocre dinner about whose fault it is park crowds are bad. And the mental fatigue, it's draining your energy for the very real 7 to 10 miles you're walking every single day. The guests who look happiest in the park, they're not the ones grinding from sunrise to close. They're the ones who are actually present, not focused on what they have to do next, but savoring what they're doing now. They float in a quiet pool. Let their cortisol levels drop. Maybe even remember what food tastes like when you're not wolfing it down between rides. That's not indulgence, that's survival. Because when you walk back into Magic Kingdom after letting your brain breathe, everything hits harder again. The music feels louder, the smells sharper, the colors more saturated. You notice little things again, like the way the pavement hums under the parade, the shimmer in the lagoon at sunset. That's not nostalgia, that's recovery. But now I know what you're thinking. I spent too much money to skip a park day, and that's the biggest vacation myth of all, because when you look at the math, a rest day doesn't cost you money, it protects your total investment. You're not lazy for resting, you're saving the trip. Section 2, the $150 nap. Every guest who resists a rest day says the same thing. I paid too much to sit by the pool. It sounds logical. You dropped thousands on tickets, flights, and hotels. Why would you waste a day doing nothing? Because nothing is the most valuable thing you can buy. Here's the truth. Disney math doesn't work like real math. A single day park ticket to Magic Kingdom costs around $170 to $180 before tax as of fall 2025. Add lunch, dinner, drinks, the cost of multi-pass, and bottled water, and you're looking at a $250 per person minimum. Now picture this. You wake up exhausted, drag yourself into the park at 8:30 a.m., spend half the day in lines, too tired to care, and tap out by 3 p.m. You've just paid full price for a half day and burned energy you can't replace. That's not saving money, that's paying a premium for misery. A planned rest day flips the math. Think of it as insurance for your investment. If you skip the park before you collapse, you protect every paid day that follows. You're not losing a single day ticket, you're avoiding all the reactive expensive spending that exhaustion forces on you. Maybe you eat more quick service meals, you don't chase as many impulse buys, and you spend $0 on recovery transportation like Uber and Lyft. The $150 ticket price you think you're wasting is actually the money you save by being rational. Rest isn't a cost, it's a day that stops you from burning an extra $200 on frustration and fatigue. Plan the pause. Protect your money. You can't buy magic, but you can stop paying extra to ruin it. You don't lose money by resting. You stop throwing it away on exhaustion. Section 3, the laziest place on Earth. The smartest day of your trip isn't in a park at all. It starts with sunlight leaking through the curtains, not an alarm. No rope drop panic, no bus stop crowd, just quiet. You move slower on purpose, you grab coffee from your resort's refill station, sit under a palm tree and actually taste it. The background music that loops, well, you don't hear it repeat. You're not in a hurry to chase anything, and nothing's getting in your way. This isn't a nothing day, it's a recovery circuit. Here's the science behind it. When you lower sensory input, your cortisol drops and dopamine sensitivity resets. That's why the same fireworks feel brighter tomorrow than they did yesterday when you were way too tired. Your goal isn't to sleep through it, it's to restore every system you've been burning out since check-in. In the morning, hydrate before caffeine. 1 full bottle of water for every park day you've survived. Little stretching. Walk the resort's quiet loops. Pop Century's decade icons, Caribbean Beach's Lagoon Path, or the trails behind Wilderness Lodge, where you can hear boats across Bay Lake. In the afternoon, claim a chair near shade, not sun. Pool time isn't about tanning, it's for circulation and cooling. And if part of you still feels guilty sitting still, just remember, you're recharging for the next fight, not skipping the battle. Your body temperature drops, your heart rate stabilizes, and suddenly the thought of fireworks again doesn't feel impossible. In the evening, dinner without reservations. No 60-day alarms, no mobile order stress. Eat when you're ready, not when the app says. Then drift, literally. Take the boat to Disney Springs. The Sasagula River Cruise runs from Port Orleans, Old Key West, and Saratoga Springs. It's free and slow and scenic, and it's the kind of ride that feels like you discovered a secret. Watch the neon from the springs reflect in the water. Hear the band tuning up on the waterfront stage. That's Disney too, it just moves at a human speed. By the time you head back, you don't feel behind, you feel balanced. That's the reset in motion, the proof that rest works as hard as you do. And that's the point. You didn't come to sprint through paradise, you came to feel the magic. Section 4, the kingdom that never sleeps. Now that you've seen what slowing down feels like, here's where it lives. This is the map Disney never hands you, but every strategist knows by heart, because every resort has a story to tell if you're not sprinting past it. Let's start with the monorail loop where it all began. At the Contemporary Resort, sit in the 4th floor concourse and watch the monorail glide straight through the heart of the building. Over at Grand Floridian, take the scenic walkway to the Magic Kingdom entrance along Seven Seas Lagoon. Every few minutes, a launch boat passes close enough to hear the water hit the hull. It's the kind of calm Walt imagined long before lightning lanes. At the Polynesian Village Resort, order a Dole Whip from the Pineapple Lanai. Walk down the beach and watch the monorail drift by with Cinderella Castle glowing in the distance. Different loop, same piece. Head west to the Wilderness Cluster. At Wilderness Lodge, the air changes. It smells like pine and campfire. Sit beside the stone fireplace or follow the trail to the Fire Rock Geyser out by Bay Lake. The sound alone lowers your heart rate. Next door at Fort Wilderness, golf carts hum through the trees and stray guitar chords float from the campfire sing-along. Grab a bench near the stables, you might catch the horses heading out for the evening carriage rides or book a round at the archery experience. You start to remember why you came here altogether. The Epcot Resorts and Skyliner. Over near Crescent Lake, Stormalong Bay sits between Yacht and Beach Club. It's part lazy river, part water park, and you can watch friendship boats slide past while people float like they've stopped keeping time. Take the bridge towards the boardwalk. You've got magicians, jugglers, and acoustic sets filling the air. It's the most alive place to do absolutely nothing. From Riviera Resort, follow the senses of the sea tunnel murals between the Skyliner station and the resort. The tiles tell whole stories. Peter Pan soaring, Rapunzel's lanterns rising. Step into Topolino's terrace balcony for one of the best rooftop views on property. Across the line, Pop Century and Art of Animation are walking museums of their own eras. Decades trivia plaques, oversized icons, and morning joggers tracing the bridge between the past and imagination. The moderates and the quiet giants. Port Orleans French Quarter moves at a jazz tempo. Powdered sugar drifts through the air outside of Scat Cat's Cafe, and the beignets arrive still warm. Sit near the courtyard fountain and listen. You might hear live music coming out of Scat Cat's. At Caribbean Beach, you can watch the entire Disney Skyliner system converge at the central hub while sitting by the fortress-style pool, palms swaying against the skyline. Coronado Springs feels like a different world at sunset. The bridges across the water light up, the Grand Destino Tower glows, and the Three Bridges Bar becomes the quietest cocktail spot in Disney World. Then comes the DVC Giants. Saratoga Springs, built on the grounds of the former Disney Institute. Moves like a neighborhood, not a hotel. Rise early for complimentary sunrise yoga by the Congress Park pool, or disappear into the forest for a treehouse villa, multi-level cabins lifted above the waterline like grown-up tree forts. Old Key West stays in a league of its own. The rooms are huge, the pace is slow, and the palm trees sound like applause when the breeze moves through. Once again, it's a different loop, but the same pace. The value and the wild. Even the all-star resorts have hidden magic when you stop moving. Every courtyard has a larger-than-life photo op. Massive guitars, giant film reels, 10-foot trophies, an ode to everything loud and joyful. At Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Savannah overlooks are open to anyone. Giraffes, zebras, and crowned cranes wander past as the sun hits the copper railings in gold light. It's the calmest place on property that still feels like adventure. Every one of these places is proof that slowing down doesn't mean missing out. It means rediscovering what the parks can't give you: space, breath, and time with the people you love. The quietest corners are still Disney World. Section 5, the moment the magic comes back. It won't happen all at once. It happens when you stop chasing it. Maybe it's the hum of the Skyliner overhead, or maybe it's a family laughing at the pool beside you. Maybe it's nothing at all. Just wind through the palm trees and the sound of a fairy horn echoing across the lagoon. That's the moment the magic comes back, because Disney runs on awe, and awe only exists when you're open enough to feel it. Your brain needs contrast, quiet to make the music matter, stillness to make the motion feel alive again. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation, when constant pleasure stops registering as pleasure. Disney pushes that to its limit, every sense maxed out every minute. That's why a day of nothing resets everything. The first morning back in the park after your rest day, something is different. The colors hit harder, the music feels warmer, the smell of popcorn hits like nostalgia instead of fatigue. You start seeing details again. The paint textures on the queue railings, the water vapor curling off of Pirates of the Caribbean, the way the afternoon sun bleeds through the castle spires. It's the same world you saw before, it just feels alive again. You laugh more easily, you wait more patiently. And when the parade rolls down Main Street, you don't watch it like content, you watch it like it's real because it is. Because that's what this place is supposed to do. It's supposed to remind you how to feel. That's the power of the reset, the stillness that lets wonder work again. Everyone else is chasing rides. You're chasing presence. And that's the difference. You stopped chasing the magic, and that's when the magic found you. Section 6, the move that only strategists know. This way, okay. Most people plan their Disney trip like it's a sprint. Back-to-back park days, every minute scheduled, every dollar squeezed, and then they wonder why the trip starts to feel like work. Strategists plan differently. They build in the fall. They know every system, body, mind, budget, has a breaking point, so they schedule the reset before it's forced on them. The trick isn't endurance, it's rhythm. Day 3 or 4, that's the window. That's where adrenaline fades and exhaustion starts to take over. Drop your rest days there and you split one long decline into 2 fresh vacations. It feels wrong the first time you do it. Everyone else is charging through the gates while you're sitting poolside. But that night, you're not the one who's limping to dinner. The next morning, you're the one smiling in line again. That's the game. Not racing harder, recovering smarter. Because every mistake at Disney looks like effort. You push harder, you pay more, and you get less. The strategists flip that. They rest once and gain everything back. Because once you learn to plan recovery, you stop surviving your vacation and start mastering it. Maybe even enjoying it. So go ahead, put that rest day in. Put it in ink, not pencil. Don't wait for exhaustion to schedule it for you. Plan it like you plan your park passes, your advanced dining reservations, and your lightning lane reservations. Give yourself permission to pause on purpose. That's not skipping a day. That's how you make every other day count. If you made it to the end, go ahead and put this password in the comments below and hit like and subscribe. And while you're down there, turn on notifications so that you'll be the first to know when myself or one of my friends comes out with a brand new video, something we do all week. Why? Because we're serious about fun. See you next time.